It's 2-1 Lions at 2-1 Packers. Thursday Night Football. They will square off on 2 Thursdays this year. It's Packers at Lions on Thanksgiving. It's Lions at Packers on Thursday night. The Lions are 1.5-point favorites against the Packers, who somehow came back from 17-0 down against the Saints to get the win. And the Lions, who used to be owned by the Packers the same way the Packers own the Bears, the Lions have won 3 in a row against Green Bay, and those were all Aaron Rodgers Packers. Now it's Jordan Love for the first time facing the Lions. This is, last Thursday night was kind of like the Giants 49ers. What did we really expect, right? That was it wasn't quite Colts Broncos from last year, but we knew what it was going to be. This is a good Thursday night game coming up.
Yeah, I mean, nothing is Colts Broncos from last year. And that was like pulling teeth without an anesthetic. I mean, my gosh, Al Michaels, I think, told us enough about what that game was last year. And I don't think we need to think about that anymore. But yeah, I'm really excited about this game. I'm fired up about this game. These are two teams that, can set themselves up well in the division if they win. Right. I mean, and these games have been pretty darn competitive. They've been kind of, sloppy. I don't want to say sloppy, but just they're muddled up because they're division games. And when you have a division opponent and you understand what that divisional opponent wants to do and who that divisional opponent is, then sometimes things just start clashing. It's kind of like what we saw with the Browns and Steelers, last week. So I'm excited about this. I think that either one of these teams can end up winning, which is part of the exciting thing about it. And you're still trying to figure out exactly who you're going to be this year, especially with the Packers. You've got a new quarterback in Jordan Love. He's performed well. There have been some throws where you're saying to yourself, wow, okay, if he really does this consistently, then we're going to be in a good spot as the Green Bay Packers for another perhaps generation, right? With the way that this guy has shown flashes of playing. Again, he's got to do it consistently, but I love this matchup because these two teams look like the two teams that are going to be competing for that division title, and both of them look like they could make the playoffs.
I made the mistake of peeking ahead on the Thursday night schedule because I thought, hey, we got a pretty good one this week. What else is in the bag? You look away. Plug your ears. You don't want to hear this. Next week, Bears at Commanders. Boy. The week after that,
why did we do that
Broncos at Chiefs. Broncos at Chiefs. Not even Taylor Swift can save that one. Then Jaguars at Saints, which, okay, in comparison to the others, yeah. Buccaneers at Bills after that. Titans at Steelers. And then Panthers at Bears. Oh, boy. Oh, sorry, Bezos.
Where are the Bears?
Sorry they didn't do the Thursday night flexing a little bit earlier in the season. And I don't find it funny because I love being able to watch one game on Thursday night, but there's some Thursday night games coming up that I don't want to watch. So, oh well, it'll be fun to see what Al says. Let's see what Al says about Bears Commanders, about Panthers whoever, about Broncos, Chiefs. All right. Panthers, Bears, I think it was. Good Lord. Okay. So at least for now, let's enjoy this one. Here's Matt LaFleur, coach of the Packers, on turning the page quickly after that come-from-behind win and getting ready to host a division rival. Here's LaFleur.
I know the challenge that we have in front of us. We've got a team that we've lost 2-3 consecutive times that knocked us out of the playoffs last year, that it's an NFC North rival. So I know what they're all about. I mean, it's a tough, gritty team, and we got to make sure that we prepare to the best of our ability to give ourselves a chance to go out and win. I just think you see a tough, gritty group. They're an effort-based team, and you can see it all over the tape. No matter what phase you put on, they're going to give you everything they got. And they're a team that they're never out of the fight. You're going to battle a full 60 minutes.
Yeah, I mean, look, the Lions really have turned around the entire vibe of the organization. They did step in that pothole against the Seahawks, which surprised some people, but they went to Kansas City and won to start the season. Already that's been 3 weeks ago as of tomorrow, and the Lions are a team to be taken seriously, and the Packers are a team that more people need to take seriously. They were the team that many said, oh, they're just going to stink. Why would you think they're going to stink? And here they are, and they have a chance to beat the Lions tomorrow night. I don't know who I'm going to pick in that one. I'm probably going to go back and forth, and I'll delay it as long as I can until the Mega Picks pod tomorrow with Chris Sims. But I could see either team winning. I can make the case for either one. One issue for the Packers has been they've been getting it done without some key players. Aaron Jones, hamstring injury, hasn't played. Christian Watson, we haven't seen him at all this year. The Packers are hopeful they'll be able to play on Thursday night. That would be a huge boost for Green Bay to try to beat the Lions, Miles.
No doubt. And Christian Watson said yesterday that that's the plan for him to play. And then Romeo Doubs actually came out and just told reporters that, oh yeah, we're going to have Aaron Jones back. So okay, that's interesting. So I think getting those guys back in the lineup is certainly going to help that Green Bay Packers offense. But I mean, look, what Jordan Love has been doing with some of those guys, like some of those throws to Romeo Doubs in that game last week against the Saints, that last touchdown that he had was just an unbelievable throw. So you see the chemistry that's been developing between the quarterback and the receivers. I'm interested to see how that can translate when they also have Aaron Jones back on the field, and you see what he did right there against the Chicago Bears in week 1. And then you also get a guy like Christian Watson, who I believe that was the throw that Jordan Love had last year against the Eagles. That thing went to Christian Watson, right? Where it was just a dimer over the middle and Watson goes all the way down the field. It just seems to me like Jordan Love is starting to come into his own. And this is the kind of thing that you should expect from a guy who has been in the league and has been behind Aaron Rodgers, for a few years. But man, when you've been in the league for this long, you have to come out and show that you know what it is that you're doing. Otherwise, what the hell have you been doing for the last few years? So I think it's good that he's done this. But I think, again, there's that throw. Man, Mike, that throw was incredible. That's the kind of thing that you need from Jordan Love, in order for him to be that guy there in Green Bay. So yeah, there's a new dude. He's throwing well. I like what he's done. Let's see if he can do it on Thursday night against a good Lions opponent.
After that win against the Saints on Sunday, I managed to get on a call with him and Peter King. Every once in a while, we have to team up because as he and I both try to get people on the phone, these teams seem to believe that Peter King and I are joined arm in arm working on the same, and we're not. He writes his column. I'm getting stuff for Football Night in America. It's apples and oranges, and I've given up trying to get some of these PR people to understand that. So I managed to get on the call with Peter and Jordan, and I asked one question, and it was, do you hear the haters, the critics, and how do you allow that to affect you? And he started off with cliche talk, which is fine. Smart.
What they're trained to do.
You're still finding your way through. Right. But as he got going, he cranked up. And at the end, his last line was, who are they to tell me who I am as a player? And that's the attitude. That's what you want to see. That's like Salty Tua. I love Salty Tua. Every once in a while, you got to drop the facade and maybe stick it back at whoever it is that's trying to bring you down. Who are they to tell me who I am as a player? That's what's lurking inside of Jordan Love. And as he puts good games together, and this is our first look at him in prime time ever, other than the very brief moments that we saw him against the Eagles on the Sunday night game last year, after Aaron Rodgers got injured, and he looked pretty damn good. So this is it. This is his chance, and I think he's going to be ready to go. We almost didn't get him in part because as soon as that game was over, it was get ready for Thursday night. Let's go. Let's start getting ready. Don't even enjoy that win. Let's get ready for Thursday night. He knows what this game means to him from the standpoint of how he's going to be perceived.
Yeah. Well, and he should. I mean, it's everybody wants to say that, I don't read, I don't pay attention, I don't do this, I don't do that. But everybody does. It's a natural human instinct to, if not want to know, then at least at some point hear from maybe somebody sends you a text, somebody tells you whatever, you get asked about it in a press conference. You understand what it is that people are saying about you and what the perception is that is being told or, follows you around, whatever it happens to be. So this is a big game perception-wise for what we're going to think of both the Packers and the Lions this year, I think.
Yeah, absolutely. And look, one of the reasons why the Vikings aren't dead yet, they're probably going to be in a position once they figure out how to score at least one more point than the other team in one game. Once that starts to string together, they're going to potentially pick off the loser of this game as a second-place team in the NFC North. And they'll be in position by the time it's all said and done, hovering around 8-9, 9-8, 10-7, whatever. They'll start winning games. We'll forget about 0-3. That's how it always goes. And I think the Vikings need to watch this very carefully because at the end of the day, the Bears are going to be the last-place team in that division. The Vikings have a chance to finish second. And whoever loses this game is the team the Vikings will be chasing. So very interesting game on Thursday night. The best Thursday night game for a while, as evidenced by my ill-fated attempt to peek ahead at the schedule. Hi, it's Mike Florio. Thanks for watching PFT on YouTube. Hit subscribe for the latest news and analysis from Pro Football Talk.